Hi, this is Karen, Grandmother Dances in the Night Skies, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about surrender. Holy smoke, do I have a story for you? So, surrender. What have I been doing lately for surrendering? Well, I'm going to talk about the very first thing because when you look at me, I look a little bit different. I'm surrendering. I surrendered to my hair. My hair actually was about 10 to 12 inches longer than this, and it kept breaking and falling apart. I don't know, for various reasons. And I had to surrender to the fact that I wasn't going to keep that hair long and quit hanging onto it so tight and release it and release the new look. So I surrendered to the hairdresser. So that's the first thing. Now we're going to go something a little bit deeper. So now the teepee, holy smokes, right? Last year, my teepee fell apart, literally fell apart. The wind just claimed it. It was old. It was about 6.5 years old. It had never come down. It was always out year throughout all the seasons, snow, wind, rain, everything, sun beating on it. And I never did any of the prep work. I was in such a hurry to get it up that I didn't slow down to take care of it and paint it, which is what I should have done. Anyway, I didn't. So the wind took it and I watched it literally disintegrate over the course of the winter. By spring, we brought it down in a proper ceremony. I slowed everything down and I surrendered to whatever was going to happen. The new teepee, without me stressing about it, just showed up right on time. And the teepee showed up, the liner was there, everything showed up. There wasn't a fight to get it. And I realized the more that I hang on and try to control, manipulate, and make things happen, the less likely I'm going to get things to happen. And so I just surrendered to the entire process and went, you know what? If I don't get this until August, it's till August. And if I don't get it in September, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll find other accommodations. And when I released that, everything happened. But I also had to release control. I had to release the fact that I no longer could do what I used to do. Now, Charlie, my husband, and I, we put that teepee up by ourselves the very first time. We put it, not this teepee, but the first one. So we put that teepee up. It took us probably, I think we started at 6 in the morning and finished 4 days later after making all kinds of mistakes. And we finally got it up. We were exhausted, but we did it. And we wouldn't take any help. We wouldn't ask for help. We just did it on our own. This time was totally different. Charlie had a stroke. He can't do some of the things he used to do. He no longer can get down on his knees and do the drilling that he needs to do for the floor. He can no longer do all this stuff. I, too, can't do a lot of things I used to do. And I'm going, well, now we have to surrender. So we just surrendered the process and put out a call for help to the community. These are the dates that we want to do these things. Try to give people as much notice as possible and just trust whoever can come was meant to come. And if they can't come, that's okay too. Not get all twisted about it, not get all anxious about it. And as it turned out, it was just beautiful. The right amount of people showed up each time. I had 4 people show up to do the painting of the poles. I got some beautiful pictures of the poles being painted, and they sat in my yard for a couple of weeks. Now, normally that would have drove me nuts. I would have been saying, let's grab those poles and put them up now. Let's do it without the help. But I didn't do that this time because physically we were not capable of doing that. So we surrendered to that. And then the poles came up, and it was a beautiful group of people that came together, and we put those poles up in 2.5 hours. Wow. And not only did we put the poles up, we ended up putting the canvas on too. So we've got everything up in 2.5 hours that took me days to do before, and is now up. And then I had to surrender to somebody coming in and actually the guys getting down on their knees and putting the new floor in for me. And it was so beautiful to watch as these gentlemen held my space for my husband and allowed him to still use the saw and to do the things he wanted, but took over all the hard stuff for him. Never made him feel incompetent or any stress about anything. It was okay to surrender. So I watched from a distance my husband surrendering to what he could no longer do and handing the torch off to somebody younger that could take over and do it with care. So he did that, and I surrendered as well. I surrendered to people coming into my house and cooking. Ooh, wee, that's a real picker for me. Other people in my house, oh man, I'm not the best housekeeper in the world. I'm the first to admit it. And here I had people coming into my home, and they were going through my cupboards, and they're doing stuff, and I'm going, this is just anxiety overload. And I would just walk away, and I just left it. I surrendered to it. I surrendered to my dog. I got a new dog who's a puppy, and she's chewing on everything. We surrendered to that too. I didn't have to control. I could just go with the flow of it. Trust the people that are there, and trust the process. And it's not just trusting the process, it's the raw truth of who you are and where you are. And I've also often, I would say before, well, I can't ask for help, because as soon as I ask for help, nobody shows up. I'm on my own anyway, or things aren't done properly and all this stuff. I could always make a million excuses why not to do it. But when I actually sat and truly surrendered to spirit, if this isn't meant to be, then it won't be, and I'm okay with that. When I really reached that point, that's when things happened. When I tried to control, when I tried to hang on and actually drive the ship, things went sideways every time. And that to me tells me that to just release that control is what actually got the ball rolling for getting everything done. In the past, while I would ask for help, I would not be the most pleasant person to work with, for number one, and I would be micromanaging everybody. Then nobody wants to come because you're just hanging on to everything they're doing. You're watching everything. You're criticizing everything. There's always, what was it? Somebody said to me, you used to have a problem for every solution. And that is true. I used to have a problem for every solution. Something good would happen and I'd find a reason for it not to be quite right. And now I'm not like that. I'm just totally relaxed in the process. Now we're doing a big mural, like I mean a huge mural. And this is going on the inside of the teepee. It's called the teepee liner, and it's all being painted. And there's stories. Each panel has a story, and there's 16 panels, and the panels are 4 feet wide by 6 feet tall, each panel. And so it's a big undertaking. And I want it to look like a stone wall with the northern lights on the top. Okay, that's my vision. And then all these hidden stories within the stones. Well, I started doing the stones. Well, I could tell you about 12 panels in, I'm sick of stones. I didn't want to look at another stone, and I knew I had deadlines coming up, and it started to become a stressor. Well, I had people offer to help. How about if I come and help you make these stones? And I surrendered. So two more people jumped in, and they started finishing the stones off for me, and they look beautiful. And now I've got their essence into it. I also called in another artist that I know and say, hey, although your style and my style are different, let's work together. I'll do a panel and you can do a panel, and we will alternate. I will have one, you will have one. I will have one, you will have one. And we will get this 16 panels done that way. And it was beautiful. We've had sleepovers, we've had all kinds of laughing and fun, and put on the tunes and just surrendered to the fun and the creativity of it. So that's what can happen when we actually let our guard down, when we let the walls down, and we allow ourselves to just say, Spirit, you guide the ship. We're going to be there. I'll get there when I'm supposed to get there. And I won't when I don't. And it's okay. Is it okay for me to just say, it is what it is? And it absolutely is. It took the stress away. It took the pain away from losing some control, because I gained friendships. I gained the beauty of watching others create magic. I was able to teach a little bit. I was able to show this other girl who's actually in my second year program. I was able to show her some art techniques that she didn't know, so she could see layering and what it's like to make something flat into 3 dimension. I was able to do all that, and she was able to show me some stuff. So together we created this beautiful, beautiful work of art. It's not quite done yet. We got another weekend to go, and I'm just so looking forward to it. And the teepee's almost done. Everyone has come and stepped up to the plate, and I have graciously and with all my heart just released all the control that I had. So that's surrender. I've surrendered to the fact that I'm a little bit older. I've surrendered to the fact that my husband can't do what he used to do. I've surrendered to the fact that I can turn the hands over for someone else to take over and lead the ship. I'm okay with that. So what about you? Are you struggling with surrender? Are you trying to control everything around you? I not only need to know, and I used to be me, that honestly, I need to know what I was doing, but not only did I need to know what I was doing, I needed to know what you were doing, they were doing, and what they were going to do. And I had a whole list. So I was like the captain of the ship, but I was the micro manager. Oh, Lordy. And I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just say, it's okay. Everyone's on their own path, and things will happen as they happen, how they happen. Doesn't mean I don't set goals. I absolutely set goals. Doesn't mean that I don't want things to look a certain way. It does, but I'm not locked into that look. I'm not locked into the fact that everything has to be the way I imagined it, because you know what? I can imagine things to craziness, and right down to the minute details, and nothing ever turns out that way anyway. So why am I wasting my time worrying about it? Just as it comes, I'll deal with it. But I still speak my truth, and I still have goals, and I still have wants, and I still have dreams, and all that kind of stuff. None of that changed. The only thing that changed was the stressor that came along with it to force it to happen. Now I just magically allow it to happen, to unfold as it's supposed to. It's like we were struggling with the teepee canvas, and everyone was exhausted. And it's a big canvas because my teepee is 23 feet high, and it's 23 feet wide and 26 feet wide. So it's like an oval. And we've got this big canvas and it's way up, and everybody's struggling trying to get it around. And then finally, I said, everyone, just take a deep breath and let's ask Spirit for help. And the wind came up and it unfolded for us, and everything fell into place. That's surrendering. And we all did it together at the same time. It was beautiful that we all got to watch that happen. So that's surrendering to me. I hope that you have a great day. Now, as I get to the end of this video, if you're looking for help, if you're looking for, I don't know, shamanic teachings, if you're just looking for some advice, feel free to reach out. My programs are all listed in the comments below. I think that's what it's called, but in the area below here. And you can be able to look at what I've got to offer. I've got a first-year program that I've got a couple spots left. I've got a second-year program. If I get enough people requesting, then I will make it available online as well. And right now I haven't done that, but definitely if people are saying, hey, I'd like to do it, but I need to do it online, let's chat. Let's find out what's going on and how I can help you with that. If you're looking for animal communication, I'm an animal communicator. I do rainbow bridge readings. We do all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm always here. Grief counselor. We're going to be launching a Death Walker program. That Death Walker program is going to be online, and it is going to be intense, and it is going to be absolutely beautiful. So if you're looking for that type of understanding, that's where we go. Okay, so this is Karen. Grandmother Dances in the Night Skies, and I surrender. Take care. Have a great day. Aho.